One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Wake your ass up, fool. Johnjay and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? Johnjay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to Johnjay and Rich. Wake your ass up.
Johnjay and Rich. It's Thursday, January 16. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Text us. You can text us right now. You can even text us later when you're like listening to this on the podcast later today. If you're listening right live, you call us right now. You text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Here are a couple of texts going on. 985 number. Johnjay and Rich, tell Kyle to start getting her tax info together so she's prepared this year. Smiley face, smiley face.
Oh my gosh, I'm dreading that, but you're right. I usually always procrastinate and wait till the last minute, and it's so stressful. That's really good advice. Thank you.
Johnjay and Rich, I feel like every time I wear Victoria's Secret Love Spell lotion, I get stopped by TSA, and they scan me every single time. Does anyone else have this problem? I want to know if my theory is right.
Weird.
Well, the next one of us that goes, let's get that lotion going.
It smells so good, that Love Spell lotion. It's like in that purple bottle.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you think they stop you because you smell so good? They just want you to hang out a little longer?
Maybe.
So you can get some free sniffs?
Johnjay and Rich, kudos to whoever redesigned the iHeart app. Much easier to find things. Love you all.
It's a great redesign.
And you can like almost like bookmark us. You can set a preset on your dial for the show. Mm-hmm. So that way when you go, you don't have to go looking all over for us. We're right there.
Well, we have a voicemail message or something like that. What do you call it? Talk back, something?
I guess this is about Payton saying like a lot.
Toot my own horn, but like part of the trend, he just thinks I was like warning. You don't remember anything. You're just like, I was just like, to me, he was like, up. I was like, or yeah, like I seriously, this wedding was like, I was like, she called me last second and was like, stunning. Like, it was beautiful. Like, something, right? Like, this is like, or not, or like, whatever. But like.
What's that, Nick?
Yeah, so Payton yesterday said on the Afterwards podcast, somebody brought up the amount of time she says like, and I just took it upon myself. I found like a random 4-minute bit, and that's from one of those bits.
That was one bit. Okay. Yeah, so if you listen to our Afterwards podcast, I was reading text messages that we didn't get to on the air, and someone said she says like a lot.
I guess I do. But it's okay.
She just really likes similes.
So we all do that.
Okay, Rich, why was yesterday a day of Rich falling apart? Was it emotional?
No, but it's, you know how everybody has the same sort of resolution where it's like, well, this year, at the beginning of the year, I am going to eat right, and I'm going to ratchet up the workouts so that I finally, for once in my life, in a decent shape or not in bad shape. Now I've got a new goal, and that is to get through at least 5 workouts without needing a chiropractor or physical therapy or something else, because I don't even think I ratcheted up that much. I got to be honest with you. A skosh. I'd say I ratcheted up a skosh. And I've had to go to, since the beginning of the year, I've had to go to a chiropractor to get a rib push back in place. I've screwed up my neck doing something. My arm hurts. Everything hurts.
Are you stretching before your workouts?
No.
Well, that's your problem. You need to warm your body and your muscles up.
I don't want to do that.
Can I tell you? Well, I actually had a conversation with my trainer. I feel like, there's lots of trainers out there, and I feel like somehow I've stumbled upon, I think if there was a competition for the best trainer in the country, my guy would be top 3. I really feel that way. And I've had a bunch of them. And yesterday I was working out with him, and I said, because Rich came up to me yesterday and goes, have you done a kettlebell workout or used a kettlebell lately? And I said, I think I did before Christmas, and I'm not a fan of the kettlebell. I'm not a fan of any of this, but I like the results. Right?
I guess that's true.
Right? So I tell my trainer, I said, Rich asked me if I've done a kettlebell workout because he said he was going to the chiropractor. He's going to get PT because he did one a couple days ago.
Monday.
And he said, and then my trainer says, and I've talked about him on the Afterwards podcast too. He goes, he's doing it wrong. That's what he said. You're doing
probably.
it wrong. If you're hurt, you're doing it wrong.
I imagine so.
So don't you have a trainer watching you?
Yeah, but I also
Tell him
kind
to
of
get off his phone.
I also kind of go on my own a little bit too, you know. Like I did a little bit by myself too, and it feels right. And I've gone through all the the stuff where the trainers tell you what to do. It didn't even feel that hard. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like it was impossible. It wasn't even that heavy. But I think I'm just falling apart slowly, unless somehow we get over this arc. But yes, Peyton, you are right. I should stretch, but I don't want to stretch. I feel like if I go for a walk before, that's like a stretch. It's not true,
it's
though.
not. You got to get down on the floor.
so
You got to get your
boring.
toe touching.
I think even though
it's
you
so important.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. But like, would you rather be hurt? Would you rather be falling apart?
Okay. I'll
Pick the
add
lesser
stretching.
of two evils.
Will
Doesn't
stretch
your trainer
today,
make you
Rich.
stretch before you work out?
No, we warm up on the bike for like a few minutes, and it's like you get your heart rate up, and then you go.
Seems like you need to fire your trainer.
You're doing it wrong.
Well, anyway,
We're all trainers now.
I think I'm sort of put back together for the moment, for the day.
didn't
But today's going to be a totally new day.
Did something happen to you, Peyton, your rib?
Yeah, I actually had a rib out of place, and I was in so much pain. Like, it was over the Christmas break. I would take, like, a deep breath in, and I would feel, like, a sharp shooting pain through my back. And once we got back here, I went straight to Grant. I was like, Grant, I need you to crack my back. I have a rib out of place. And he, like, kind of, like, fell down. He's like, oh, yeah, there's definitely a rib out. He literally popped my rib back into place. It was so deep, and I know that my rib was out of place because I'm very tender in my ribs now.
Wait, was Grant a chiropractor at a
I don't
You
previous?
guys
know.
had so
I
many
know.
jobs. Like for Grant, for you to feel her back and go, oh, yeah. there's a rib
guys.
out of
Right
it.
there.
My sister's a chiropractor in Australia, so technically I'm a chiropractor.
This is a house of learned
This
doctors.
is 100%. If one of us goes to school for something, we all went to school for something. You know what I mean?
The N7 rib, I'll take care of it.
I feel way better. Yeah, I mean, I'm sore, but it feels phenomenal. And as soon as it happened, we were like, oh, yeah, that rib's definitely back in
So
place.
Rich needs body work from Grant.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes.
I didn't know you had such skills.
I can tell you this, that there's times where I get an IV drip, from when she comes to my house. Jana gives my house, and then she started putting this stuff in my drip called Toradol, and it's a pain medicine, even though I'm not in any pain. The next day after the Toradol kicks in, it feels amazing to not be in pain because I think we get so used to living in pain
That
that
is
you don't
true.
think you're in pain.
Yeah, that
so
always
when
hurts.
you're not in pain, it's like, oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah, it feels so great. Like, I got that when I went to go get an IV with Kyle. I did, like, the athlete recovery one, and I felt phenomenal. I
They
was
put
like,
the Toradol
I'm
in there?
good to go. Yeah, they put that was, like, the main focus.
Yeah. So when I went to Hawaii, I asked Jana for some extra Toradol shots. So I gave myself a Toradol shot in my own butt before I got on the plane, and the plane ride was great. And then I took one halfway in middle of vacation, and then I took one the night before I got on vacation.
It's like super aspirin, right?
Yeah, but just because I always get, after sitting on a plane for so long, my back always hurts.
Sure.
Toradol takes care of everything. It's the best.
See, maybe that's the other problem. I don't stretch and I don't take anything because I don't like any.
And you don't see Grant enough.
And I don't. Yeah. I'll take
You
a
got to
2:30.
schedule, an appointment
I'll take a
with him.
2:30 Grant. Thanks.
Kyle, let's cover the 3 things you need to know.
There is an app that most people from TikTok are flocking to because of the potential ban, and it's not Lemon 8. I'll tell you what it is. Next with Johnjay and Rich.
Woke up with a new day. Johnjay and Rich are live on the free iHeartRadio app.
Earlier this morning, Rich was talking to us about how his body's out of whack, rib out of whack. 361 number says, Johnjay and Rich, you'd figure Rich would hurt himself with all the sexy time he's got going on daily, not going to the gym.
Man, if you put your rib out of place doing that, more power to you. I give you the slow clap.
Well, I think he's talking about you.
Yeah.
You think it's the gym. It's the sexy time you're having.
Not kettlebells.
Newlywed
Yeah,
life.
exactly. Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
The ban on TikTok is getting closer. I think we may be hearing from the Supreme Court by Sunday or as early as Sunday. And as we wait to see what happens, a lot of people have been talking about the app Lemon 8 to possibly replace TikTok, but that's not the most popular one. So apparently there was something that went trending on TikTok, and it was TikTok refugees. And after that, everyone figured everyone was going to the same app. It's called Red Note.
I have it.
So Red Note was actually China's answer to Instagram because Instagram isn't allowed in China. Already has 300 million users, very established, very much like TikTok and Instagram combined.
So let me tell you, I have it, right? And I downloaded it a few days ago, and I started posting stuff on it. It's all in Chinese, all of it. It's very difficult, and it's also, from what I've understood, there's no freedom of speech, so a lot of accounts are getting deleted and tagged because they can't say what they want to say. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want another, Johnjay. You don't want another problem with another country.
Right.
No, you do not. But Red Note is, as of this morning, I believe, when I checked, it is number one in Apple's App Store.
Yeah,
It's been number one for a while.
Yeah, Jenna told me about it a couple days ago, and she was telling me how a lot of people are saying, like, we just downloaded this Red Note app and, like, we might get ourselves into, like, a Squid Game situation because none of us read the terms and agreements.
You can't read the terms, right?
Exactly.
Like Johnjay said.
It's all in Chinese.
It's a
So
different
it's
language.
like, what did we actually sign up for right now?
But how can that app be okay and TikTok not?
Well, one of them's being banned and the other one isn't
I
yet.
know, but why? It's
Well,
all
I think it's
even
only
more
a matter
Chinese.
of time.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, like
only a
they're
matter
going
of
to come
time.
for Red Note eventually.
Oh, okay.
And they would come
Yeah.
for Lemonade because it's
Yeah.
owned by TikTok.
Eventually.
It's buying you time
Yeah.
on a new app.
So then what's the next thing in America? People?
I
What's
know.
next?
I know.
Back Vine.
MySpace.
Bring back Vine. So if the ban does go through, and they're saying it probably will, you won't be able to download TikTok anymore. There won't be any new updates. It won't work on some public Wi-Fi. It's more likely to glitch. They're not going to fix the glitches. TikTok drafts won't be stored. A lot of things won't will stop working on the app slowly but surely, and then it will just poof.
I'm
Go
so
away.
sad. Like, all on TikTok right now is like our farewells to TikTok. So it's like we've come full circle. Now we're done. It's like so sad. It's like
I
we're
know.
grieving this app.
I know. That is a ban a lot of people are sad about. A ban was announced yesterday that a lot of people are really excited about. You probably saw it on social media. Peyton and I actually talked to it. It was like it started breaking news towards the end of the show yesterday that the United States has finally banned the red food dye number 3. And it's because, as they've been warning for 30 years, they're like, oh, wait, this thing causes cancer. So we should probably take it out of our food. Literally 30 years, researchers have been warning the FDA about this, but the FDA finally said, okay, we got to take it out of food, drinks. It's in a lot of medications, like a lot of pills. Like if there's red birth control pills, chances are there's red dye number 3 in there. And so like Jolly Ranchers, all the candies, everything, the drinks, it's all got it in there. Now, I was super excited. I'm like, all right. But they've got to like 2027 to take it out of food and 2028 to take it out of the medications. So it's not going to be a quick fix.
Just avoid it until then if you can.
If you can, yeah. And it's hard. It's hard to because those Sour Punch straws, they're pretty good. Yeah. The Department of Transportation, you guys, they are cracking down on airlines. In fact, they just sued Southwest Airlines for operating chronically delayed flights and fined Frontier Airlines for late arriving flights. And JetBlue was just fined $2 million for similar issues. They say these people have been operating with unrealistic flight schedules. By doing so, they've caused significant harm to their customers.
As they should. Good for them.
I know.
Well, that's
that,
why
like,
they're
maybe-
so inexpensive, probably. Because those 3 airlines you mentioned are the 3 cheapest airlines that I fly
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you
They
book
can't
with them.
guarantee you're going to get there on time. That's why
Right.
we're so cheap.
It's like if you book with them, you
Ish.
like don't care if your flight's canceled or delayed. Like you
They
know
gotta
that
put
going
that.
into it.
I know.
They got to put that in the terms.
All your arrival times say around 11 o'clock.
Right-ish. And that's 3 things you need to know.
What's the vibe for predictions?
It's
Peyton?
National Good Teen Day, so I'm going to tell if you were a good teen or a little troublemaker.
Juan,
Yeah.
good morning. What's your sign?
So, Cancer.
Cancer. Okay, as a teen, you were the emotional one, and you were always ready to help a friend, but you held grudges over forgotten plans. So if you ever got into trouble, Cancers, it was because you were standing up for someone who didn't deserve what was going on with them. So today, if you see a teen, remind them that kindness is always a flex.
Heck yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Juan. That'd be cool to put on a T-shirt. Kindness is a flex.
Yeah.
Deborah, hi. What's your sign?
Leo, just like me. Okay, Deborah, we were probably the drama when we were teens. So whether we were the teacher's pet or we were just the queen of hallway gossip, people noticed us. And if we caused trouble, it was in style. So we can celebrate today by hyping up a teen and reminding them that it's okay to own their spotlight.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks,
You're
Deborah.
welcome.
Hi, Susan.
How are you doing, Johnjay?
Doing great, Susan. What's your sign?
Virgo, perfect, like yours.
It is the best sign.
Virgos, you guys were a good teen 100%. You guys had a planner before it was trendy, and if you broke any rules, it was probably to correct a teacher's mistake. So use today to pass down your organization hacks to a younger Gen Zer, and they will thank you later for it.
Love it.
I can see Johnjay correcting his math teacher. Like, no.
No.
Speaking class.
First of all, speaking class, yeah, no way.
You know what? That's so funny. So my daughter Addie, she's a Virgo too, and in preschool, she literally was like, "Teacher, there's a frog in the room." The teacher's like, "Oh, that's cute. You have a good imagination." She's like, "No, there's a frog in the room." The teacher's like, "No, there isn't." And Addie's like, "Yes, there is." And there was.
I think there's a big difference in male Virgos and female Virgos.
I think so too. Yeah.
Big difference, because I would just look at the frog. I would never, ever speak up in class, ever.
Yeah, you look like your face is turning red just thinking about speaking up in class.
Susan, have a great day.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
What do you got for Pisces?
Yeah, Rich, Pisces, you were the dreamer, painting and writing poetry, or just lost in your music. If you got in trouble, it was probably because you were zoning out in class. So use today to tell a teen that their creative energy is magic and to never stop dreaming.
That is 100% true.
Yep.
How about for Libras?
Yeah, Kyle, you were the peacekeeper as a teen. You were always trying to make everyone happy, and if you ever caused trouble, it was through low-key rebellion just to keep things fair. So today, remind teens that balance is key and life doesn't have to be all or nothing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of fun.
Exactly.
But in a good way.
Right.
If we didn't get to your sign, they are all posted on our website at johnjayandrich.com. Now, hold on a second. Earlier this week, Kyle was talking about the illegal substances that TSA took from her. In fact, I think there's a funny twist to the story that we didn't bring up. But you should tell that part, because I was there when you found it.
I had thought that wasn't the TSA part, though. The TSA
Right.
took my brand new Sephora brush cleaner and brand new Bath & Body Works lotion because they were too big and I didn't realize I didn't put them in my actual bag. Then on my plane, I had my purse open and I had a brand new compact in there, right? Straight from Max, $50, right?
Pricey.
And I got there and it wasn't in my purse and I'm like, great. It flew out on the flight too. This flight cost me billions and billions of dollars. Then I get home and I'm in my car and I'm looking for something and the compact was actually in my middle car.
No way.
I found it.
You didn't even put it in your purse?
You got your money back.
And that's
I was
so
like,
funny.
heck yeah. This is like winning the
That's so
lottery.
funny because literally, the day you were talking about your compact, you pulled your compact out. You were like, "Look at this."
Yeah, the
Look at
old
how
one.
gross
I
this
still
is.
had the old one. It was so gross, but I got the new one and I switched them out.
Yay! I'm so happy for you. That's a win. That's a
So
good day.
because of what they took from Kyle, we said, what did TSA take from you? And it's blown up all week. Connor, what did TSA take from you? What happened?
All right, so I had never flown before. I had a little bit of time to kill, so I went to Dollar Tree before the flight. I love tools, so everything's $1. I bought screwdrivers, knives, pliers. I had everything. I was throwing it all into my backpack. Big old bottles of shampoo, and this was really right after 9/11. So yeah, so they, I didn't realize that you could not bring, big giant bottles of shampoo and stuff. So I was just throwing everything in his bag. Literally, it all got confiscated. The guy kept pulling one item at a time, and I said, dude, anything in this bag that cannot go on that plane, please take it, because I am not going to be late for this flight. And I was freaking out because he's like, well, it looks like almost everything. I was like, that's okay. It was $20. Okay. So that was my first flight that I've ever done. My one that I went to Mexico and I was leaving, I had never had this ever happen to me before. Tabasco sauce. Don't ever buy Tabasco sauce. I had 12 bottles of Tabasco sauce, and they even put a label on there that said, this can go through customs. No, they had to individually unwrap every single one and put it in a machine with a laser to check to see if it was high explosive.
Wow.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Every bottle.
Let me ask you something, Connor. So, you said two things here, two trips where you got confiscated. One is you said shampoo. You said you bought many shampoo bottles. I have
big
one.
Big bottles. Big bottles.
Right.
Big bottles.
Okay. I have one bottle of shampoo so far that I think I'm 10 years into using.
What?
Yeah, as a guy, I'm just how many, if you're going somewhere, why do you need so many bottles of shampoo? And a follow-up to that is, I also have one bottle of Tabasco that I've had for 10 years. Why do you need 12 bottles of Tabasco?
Well, they were all different flavors, and it was from Mexico, and I'm like, I need to bring something back. All of my family loves hot stuff, so I'm like, this is going to be perfect. I can give everybody these bottles of hot sauce, and they can all try it out. And, yeah, my brothers literally tried every single bottle.
Bummer about the shampoo.
And the shampoo, oh, no, I was like, ditch it, toss it. I was like, I'm not keeping this. But I held on to those hot Tabasco sauces. It took me an hour to get through customs because...
You know what? When you just said ditch it, toss it, when you said ditch it, toss it, I don't know if you guys in here, my brain went ditch it, toss it, bop it, bop it, bop it, bop it, ditch it, toss it. All right, Connor, have a great day, man. What?
You can get all kinds of stuff into Mexico. I had knives on me, okay, and they didn't care. You can go into Mexico with knives and everything. But
coming in here.
Yeah, Tabasco sauce. That.
Drive safe, brother. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I need you to stay.
A woman in Indonesia is going viral after she got her nose ring caught in the mesh on the back of an office chair.
Ow.
Peyton, you got a nose ring?
I have a lot of nose rings. Yeah, that sounds so painful, and it does hurt when your nose ring gets caught on something.
You've had it got caught on something?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Like a shirt or something like that, but that sounds intense.
She was taken to the local fire department where they were able to cut her free. Here she is yelling in pain from being stuck in the chair, and the emergency workers singing happy birthday in English when they were able to cut her free. I don't know why they sing happy birthday, but... Happy birthday. This next story I'm going to tell you just because I want to say this word so bad. Planters is hiring 3 people to drive in their nutmobile around the country for a year and be a brand ambassador. It pays $45,000 a year plus benefits. Walgreens has admitted that locking everything up to stop shoplifters has backfired because shoppers have stopped buying stuff that's locked up.
No, for sure. If I see something locked up, I just walk on by. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, well, and then because you have to wait for, you have to find an employee to help you. Then you have to wait for him to come over there.
A 22-year-old man who works for Chipotle has been accused of using a GPS tracker, so he could coincidentally run into his ex.
Stalker.
Days can be numbered for Joanne Fabrics and Crafts, which has filed for bankruptcy for a second time within a year.
I love Joanne's.
Highly organized thieves are stealing porta potties in the UK.
Ew.
Why?
I don't know. Unless it's those really, really nice ones.
It's gross, though.
I mean, a new one, sure.
Why would you want that?
Woman in Ohio says she got a side of marijuana with her chicken fries at Burger King. Here's the audio of her opening it up.
Went to Burger King tonight. Got my kids some chicken fries. This bag came. If you look down in there, you can see some residue. She got her chicken fries. Chicken fries with the side of... Do you see that? You can't say that on here. Mary Jane from Burger King.
Please drop the Addy to the Burger King.
She's having it her way.
Some people say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. 23% of American adults say it's their favorite meal of the day, but we have zero time for it. People spend less than 5 minutes eating breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and I don't eat it.
Like breakfast food?
I love breakfast food.
See, I can't do...
Food.
Like, if I'm eating breakfast, give me a taco. Like, I like breakfast food that looks like lunch.
I talk about Over Easy. One of my favorite restaurants, Over Easy.
Yeah.
And they close at 2. I wish so many times they were open for dinner. I would go there all the time.
Breakfast for dinner is amazing.
Yeah, it's elite, for sure.
Japan is selling a new type of eco-friendly toilet paper made from used diapers.
Ew.
They bleach and sanitize the diapers, then they shred them so they can be reused. It's good for the planet, and they're cheap. A roll costs $3. I don't know.
Yeah, pass. No, thank you.
That's a splurge worth doing just to have it be right.
Is 2025 the year you finally stick to that resolution and get in better shape? A new poll looked at 4 fitness trends to expect this year. Now, I am so far in almost the end of week 2 of hitting 10,000 steps. It is so hard to hit 10,000 steps.
Good job.
I went to my son's basketball game last night, and I told my wife I'm only going to stay for the first quarter because he wasn't playing because he's hurt. I says, I'm going to walk home.
Terrible idea.
Terrible idea. Walking is so boring.
And it's cold.
That part didn't bother me. It wasn't that bad. So here are 4 fitness trends. I guess team sports and studio-based workouts are trendy right now. Like yoga, spin classes are up 3 times from last year.
I heard Pilates is way up this year, too.
Personal trainers are still popular, but trending down. More people at the gym will be on Ozempic, they say. The poll found that weight loss drug people, Ozempic and Wegovy, They tend to prefer working out in a gym. They're less likely to exercise outside. Turning your workout into a game is more popular. It means things like the Apple Watch challenges and Fitbit badges. Those things are making people want to work out more. What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something going around. Am I right?
Yeah.
Some people are sick. So I got this little hack from Dr. Tanya Elliott, board-certified allergist. And she says that this is a great way to clean your sinuses. And we're all going to try it in here. So what I want you to do is put your hand over your heart so like you can hear yourself breathe. And we're going to hum our way to clear sinuses. So here's what we're going to do. Yeah, clear your throat real quick. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in through our nose. And then when we hum, we should hear or we should feel our chest vibrate. And the more you hum, the more you clean your sinuses. So breathe in through the nose. Feel your sinuses vibrating at all.
My nose it is.
Feel your chest
tickling.
vibrating.
It's tickling a lot in my nose.
So if you do that a lot throughout the day, you will clear your sinuses.
What song is that?
Scratch chest tummies.
There was this girl.
It's like my left nostril's really tickling.
Yeah. My right nostril is tickling. So keep doing that and you will have clear sinuses. And if you would like this hack and many more, check out johnjaneandrich.com.
It's Johnjay and Rich. Shoot us a text. Text JJR, whatever you want to say, to the number 96893. I just got a DM I want to read you guys. A DM direct message on Instagram. I was telling you guys about that TV show I started watching on Amazon, which is #1, called On Call. Any of you guys check it out yet?
No,
not yet.
And
But
I told you it was crazy realistic. Mm-hmm. This message is about that. It says, yeah, man, On Call is the ish, ultra realistic from both the cop and criminal perspective. He says, I almost skipped it because I thought it was just another cop show that they're trying to shove down my throat, but they kept bombarding me. I finally said, F it, I'm going to give it a try. Instantly addicted. I like how there's no real intro. They just plop down straight into action. I don't know why, but the main star reminded me of Payton. And I actually kept wondering if it was her starring in it. But I thought for sure you guys would have mentioned it.
For sure. We would have.
Yeah, we definitely would have.
It's not her.
Number one
What
show
did
on
she
Netflix.
look like?
Sorry, Payton.
Oh my gosh, now I need to look it up.
I shot Payton a text, but was surprised you didn't make the same connection when you were talking about it. You're only on episode 2, though. I can tell you this: 8 episodes is not enough. I need a season 2 pronto. Also, I don't know how to text you guys. I think it's because I've come to the conclusion that you all are assuming that everyone in the area lives in Arizona and they know their area code. You don't need to know an area code to text, do you?
No.
No. Also, I try the talkback thing a million times. You never respond or put my talkbacks on the air. So I don't know if they went through. Anyway, then he goes on to say, dare I say, maybe the best show I've ever seen is what he calls the show.
That's deep.
It's that guy, Dick Wolf, man. He does good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's called and he goes, it moves very fast. 8 episodes went by in 4 hours. Like when Kyle watches on time and a half or whatever she does, it'll be over. I quote, literally, don't know what I'm supposed to compare it to because there's no show out there like this. So it's called On Call. It's on Amazon. And Payton is not the star. Anyway, I suggest you guys check it out. Payton, let's get into your possible summertime job.
Yeah. So my dad came up to me a couple weeks ago and he asked me if I would be interested in coaching a club basketball team this summer. Now, I grew up playing club basketball. I got to travel the country. I got to do so much fun stuff growing up. I missed out on a lot of cool stuff with like my regular friends, but I got to do a lot of cool stuff traveling the country with my dad as my coach. And so I was like, maybe I do want to get into club coaching because I feel like that was such a substantial part of my life and I would love to be able to give that back and be able to help like some other girls go through that too. You know what I mean? Like it really is. I think that's like playing club basketball is completely the reason why I am the way that I am today. Like it instilled my confidence, like it instilled my emotion, like seriously all of that. And so I'm debating if I want to coach. And the problem is I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to handle the parents of club basketball because I coach high school girls basketball and you don't have to pay to play high school club or high school basketball. You just make a team and then you go from there. Where club, it's a lot of money that you're paying to have your kid be seen by these college coaches. And with a lot of money comes, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm paying you, so my kid should play. And you know what I mean? And I'm 26. I'm not very good with confrontation, and I cry. And I don't know if I am prepared to handle people that are 20 years older than me yelling at me because their kid's not playing.
Yeah.
So I'm a little on the fence if I want to do it. And I told my dad, I was like, if I do this, you got to handle the parent stuff because I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl.
But you can't say that because that's part of it. That's a big part of it. It's a huge, I was the parent and I tried to never, ever throw my 2 cents in. And it is so hard to not do that. Meanwhile, when you see other parents are just on the other side of that, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Screaming and yelling and getting the coach's face.
And I'm crazy. And I got an attitude problem sometimes. So if you yell at me, I'm probably going to yell at you too.
When my son was 15, he was on a club ball team. His coach, it was amazing. In fact, I saw him last night. And I remember they were in Atlanta for a tournament. I wasn't there, but my wife was there. And a fight broke out between the coach and one of the parents.
Oh, no.
Like, it was crazy. And then the coach got fired.
Yeah.
And he was a great coach. But he's fine. You know what I mean? But his son plays in the NBA, so I would listen to that coach.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, Peyton. I wouldn't do it.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
You don't need you to come in, unless you're willing to come in here and talk about it.
Oh, I would
Let me tell you what this parent said.
I mean, I would
No, you
assume
wouldn't.
that I would. I would think I would.
What did your dad say when you're like, you got to talk to the parents? I'm not dealing with that.
He was like, okay. I mean, he wasn't giving me any pushback because if I were to coach a team, my dad would 100% be on my staff. Like, I would have him there.
Well, isn't he also coaching teams?
Yeah, but he would make sure. My dad basically never missed one of my basketball games. And he tries not to miss any of my games coaching. So I feel like he'll show up for me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yesterday I was supposed to have this lunch. It's so soon, but like the radio station wants to start talking about Love Pup Family Fest later on this year, because it was tremendous. So I had this lunch yesterday, and I was like all mentally prepared for this lunch, and I was going to I was debating whether or not I was going to do that new drink I told you guys about where I had 2 espresso shots over ice and it jacked me up.
Yeah.
So I was like, should I have this? Because I felt like I had low energy. Maybe I'll do one of these espresso shots. I was like, no, I'm just going to go in because if I'm low energy, I can just listen to what they're saying because, it's very hard for me to listen. So
that's true.
So I was like, all right. And then I got a text and it was with our boss and he canceled lunch because he's sick. He goes, I'm really sick. He called me and he's like, I'm in the parking lot. I don't feel good. And I got this, that. And then it made me think of because I remember was it before the break or was it a week ago when Easton was sick?
Yeah, it was a week ago.
What did he have?
He was throwing up. He was nauseous. Some type of flu bug for sure. And
then did it spread in your house?
We thought we were in the clear because I think he got sick like Wednesday night and all day Thursday. He was like not great. And, we were going to Denver. So I'm like, I don't want to take a sick throwing up kid on a flight. Mm-hmm. And Thursday evening, it was like, he's like, I think I'm better, Mommy. I think I'm going to be good for the flight tomorrow. And I was like, oh, great. This is awesome. And all weekend, we were all great. And I'm like, whew, that was a close call. And then Monday, sure enough, Scott got it.
Oh, no.
Bummer.
And he was out for the count. He's like, it started off and he was like, I've told you guys before, like sometimes like when we're hanging out as a family in the house, Scott just disappears and I don't know where he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what he's doing. Half the time he's on the toilet. Sometimes he goes into his office. I don't know. I just like leave him alone. Like he just needs his time or whatever. But he comes out and he's like, sorry, I'm like MIA right now. I really don't feel good. And so he got basically the same thing Easton got. So we all sleep in the same room right now.
Your whole family?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It started last summer when we let the kids bring mattresses into our room and we were doing like cool summer sleepovers. And then the kids just never left. So
that's fun. You'll miss those times later. They're kind of weird now.
I really like it. Scott's
cool.
ready for it to not be happening. But I'm like, I think it's so cute. It's like fun. Like they're not in the bed with us. They each have their own little like twin mattress on the floor. But anyway, so because he was sick, I was like, we're not sleeping in there. We're sleeping in separate rooms. Like he's got to have his space and then the air, and I don't want it. So me and the kids then went and we slept in another room, and we've just been sleeping in another room.
That's gonna be a new thing now.
Do you feel like you sleep better in the other room?
I don't really have issues sleeping at all. Like wherever I sleep, I'm usually pretty good. So, but I'm like, I looked at Scott yesterday and I'm like, I'm gonna miss you at night. It's because we haven't washed the sheets yet, and I don't want to sleep in the sheets until they're clean.
Oh yeah, not with a
I don't
sickie
want to
in there.
get it. Yeah, because watching both of them when it hit them, I feel for our boss because when it hit both of them, it was like. Oh, when you see someone you love and they're in pain and they're clearly can't get out of it and can't control what's happening to them. It's such a terrible feeling for them.
He called me in the parking lot and he was like, I got to go home. I don't feel good. I can't go to lunch. And I was like, my first thing was thank God I didn't have that double espresso shot.
Oh my gosh, you would have been jacked up. I think it's influenza A that's going around. My grandma has been super sick with a stomach bug, fever.
Oh, did you guys see?
And she's down bad.
The flu list, I guess the flu's way up, and Arizona is the number 1 or 2 state for
I
hospitalization.
think I got it over Thanksgiving.
For the flu.
Thankfully, I kind of passed it. But
I went to go give blood yesterday because I like to give back as much as I can to
Look
the
at
charity.
you.
Of course.
And something happened yesterday. They told me there's something going around, right? So I had to answer my wife went with me, right? So I said, and my wife's the person that you put on your sign, when you sign up for a doctor and they say, who else can share this information?
Your emergency.
Yeah, she's the person. Share the information with her. So I go to give blood and they say, we're ready for you. And I go, okay. I go, come with me to my wife. And they go, no, she can't come. I'm like, what do you mean she can't come? She's on my thing. And they go, doesn't matter. There's a bunch of personal questions we're going to ask you, which they do all the time when you give blood. And I go, she knows everything. You can bring her in. She can't come in. The lady says she can't come in. I'm like, Blake goes, all right. She goes and sits down. So I sit down. They ask me all these questions, tons of questions, which I've answered a million times when I give blood. And I said, how come she can't come in? She goes, we don't let toddlers in with their parents in here. And it's a small room, those little studios back there? It's like that. You go in a little room like that, right? Like, what do you mean you don't let toddlers in? She goes, that's how the government has it set up. You can't. She goes, if a woman was here with an infant, we don't let the infant in.
What do you do with the infant?
That's weird.
Somebody else watches. I go, I don't understand something. I said, I'm giving blood for free for you. And essentially, I'm doing you a favor. I said, and you guys are selling the blood to the hospital, if I understand. So if I come in with my toddler or my infant, you should let me have them in here.
Yeah, and who's going to leave their toddler out alone?
Right. So
That's weird.
So she goes, don't bring your baby in here. Then I realized I was dealing with, she literally raised her hand, don't bring your baby in here. We're not babysitters. I was like, exactly. So my baby will be with me. So anyway, I don't have a baby. And I'm getting into this argument with her in this circle. And I realize I'm having one of these arguments with these people that it doesn't matter what.
No matter what you say.
Anywhere.
The common sense isn't hitting.
No.
And then I was like, well, if I'm a single mother, I am not coming here to donate blood.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, I was so irritated.
That's so funny. We were talking about everyone's getting sick. They're actually calling it a quademic.
Oh, well, what is that?
Yeah, so they say it's the rise of influenza, RSV, and COVID-19 and norovirus. And so they're calling it the quademic. So it's someone that's
don't
sick,
go anywhere.
chances are they've got one of those.
Well, it's time to shift gears, you guys. Are we ready to do a little War of the Roses?
I think so.
All right. Are we going to take this case, Kyle?
We'll see.
Let's find out. Joni, what's going on with you?
I think my husband's cheating on me, and I have actual receipts.
Okay. Kyle, let's take this case.
Let's take this case.
War of the Roses is next with Johnjay and Rich.
Not only do you need to know if they're cheating, you deserve to know the truth. War of the Roses, right now with Johnjay and Rich.
Johnjay and Rich, time for War of the Roses. Good morning, Joni.
Hey, good morning.
War of the Roses is this. Joni thinks someone's cheating in her life. We're going to help her find out if they are. So what's your story, Joni?
So I found these receipts in the side of my husband's car for a bunch of restaurants and strangely a gift card for this bracelet. But the one that really has me the most concerned is that there was one of those holders, that you like a hotel room key, those little holders, and it had the date on it of the stay. And it was over the weekend, and my husband, I don't understand. My husband was home. He was kind of in and out once I started to think about it, but I don't know. Honestly, it's just, it's been driving me crazy. I mean, I can't sleep. I can barely think straight. I just keep running through every little thing that he has said or done lately, and my brain just won't stop screaming that he's cheating.
Hotel here, or where you live, or hotel out of town?
No, it's like a hotel here where we live.
Oh, so he could have been splitting from the house and going to the hotel.
Yeah, and like it's really not that far. That's what concerns me, and it's just so unlike him. And there haven't been any other signs like in our marriage with like we're not fighting. There's nothing, that doesn't feel like it's unsaid, but except for this. And the worst part is just not knowing. Like I don't know. I don't understand what is happening, and I don't know. I feel desperate, and I just really need some help. And I thought maybe I would call you guys. I mean, truly, I'm terrified to even think of hearing him on the other line. But I don't know. I can't do it anymore. I don't know what to do.
My mind would be racing.
Let me put your mind at ease. A lot of guys rent hotel rooms by their house so they can meditate.
No, really?
They don't.
That would be a good excuse if he was busted.
I mean, that's three pretty
that's suspicious.
hard to explain kind of things.
I mean, where did he tell you he was? If you're home over the weekend and he's with you.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's just out running errands. Like, he's going to the store to get this.
He's out doing errands.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like hardware store and it's grocery store.
Let me try to play devil's advocate because we don't know what's going on. You said there aren't any other signs or anything like that. Is he an accountant at his job? Because what if there are other people's receipts that they're submitting to him for like work write-offs, right? For work reimbursements and whatnot.
I mean,
that's a good
he's
one.
not an accountant. There could be work lunches or dinners, but honestly, like we talk about all of that.
The thing that throws me off is that the little key sleeve has the date on it. That's the bummer because, the bummer. Well, I mean, that's what I keep a hotel key in my wallet because it was a hotel stay. My wife and I went, and a lot of things happened that weekend. Hello. No, not like that. Not like that. We went to that Miraval place, remember? Yeah. Because so many great things, especially when we left Miraval. Mm-hmm. That was when I found out, we get new management and all this stuff. So it was such a good weekend for me in rebuilding and being like this much better person that I keep that key in my money clip, which I don't have a money clip, in my rubber band clip. But then I thought maybe that's what it is. But then when you said the date was on it, I was like, oh, man, okay. So, all right. So what's your husband's name? Let's call him.
It's Colton.
Colton.
Oh my God.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. War of the Roses continues next with Johnjay and Rich.
Oh, I leave quite an impression. You'll just have to taste me when he's kissing me.
104.7 KISS FM, Johnjay and Rich. We are in the middle of War of the Roses. We got Joni on the line. She is really hesitant. I mean, she wants to do this, but she's really, really nervous because here's the deal. She found a bunch of receipts in her husband's car, and she found a hotel, the little envelope that the hotel key comes in with a date on it, and it was while he was home, and she was there too, so she doesn't know what happened, who that is. And then there's a receipt for a bracelet. Is that what it is, a gift card bracelet?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Joni, you are ready for us to call him and see who he sends flowers to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kyle, are you ready?
I am also ready.
Are you crying already?
Don't worry about it.
Let's not take this case.
I know. We don't want to make you cry. We don't know it. Maybe he chooses you. Maybe it's a total misunderstanding.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, let's get him on the phone.
Hello.
Hi there. Is Colton available?
Yes, it's him.
Oh, perfect. Colton, it's kind of your lucky day. My name is Cara. I'm with a new company. We're called J&R Flowers. We have this really cool thing. It's like a social media campaign where you've been chosen to send our most romantic bouquet of flowers. It's our pure passion bouquet, a dozen red roses, makes a splash, if you will. And you get to send that to whoever you want totally free. And kind of all we ask in return is that you post about us on whichever social media platform you use the most. So we get a little marketing out of it. And then you get to send one of our best bouquets absolutely free.
Really?
Yeah, it's been working out really well for us because, like word of mouth is very powerful and whatnot. And like I said, it is a very impressive bouquet. It's pretty romantic. So just think of someone special in your life that you think you want to, give them a nice little surprise. I don't need any credit card information or anything like that, but we will send the roses out with a beautiful card. And I usually just say this is your chance to personalize it, depending on the nature of your relationships. And people are like fun or flirty. Some people get a little dirty. So, don't be shy. Let me know the message you want on the card, and we can actually get them sent out today.
Okay. Yeah, that's really nice. Cool.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, so what do I need to give you? Just
we'll just let me know the message that you want first, and then we'll go name and address, and I'll give you like a delivery time and all that.
Okay. Just for the love of my life, my forever and always.
For the love of my life, my forever and always. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want love, Colton, and then who did you want to address this to?
To Joni.
Colton, I don't understand. Honey, why would you send the flowers? Why are you sending them to me? It doesn't make any sense.
Wait.
Colton.
What's going on?
A lot of voices right now you're about to hear. You're on the radio. You're on the Johnjay and Rich radio show. You're on War of the Roses. Joni thought that you were cheating on her. Joni, if you want to explain, Colton, you can interact. We'll step back and let you guys do your thing.
I'm so sorry. I don't
Joni,
know. I don't know.
Why would I send flowers to anyone but you?
Look, I found receipts for dinners, and I found a hotel room key, which, I've never been to this hotel, by the way. So, yeah, okay, forgive me if I had doubts. What are these from?
Joni, you went through my receipts?
No, don't start with that, okay? I am not the one sneaking around.
I wasn't sneaking around. Joni?
Okay.
Okay. I've been helping Georgia.
Georgia? Are you serious? The same Georgia who stole from us twice?
Joni, she's out of rehab now. She's trying to get her life back on track, and she needed help.
Colton, we've talked about this. Honey, that is not helping. That is enabling.
I'm sorry.
What, you didn't think... Why?
You guys want to give us an update on the Georgia situation, Joni?
Like a family member, a friend?
Yeah, this is my sister.
Okay.
Okay, I just didn't... Why didn't you think that you could tell me any of this? I mean, you know what she's done to us. Like, how am I supposed to trust her? But you know what, for that...
Joni, I also know that if I told you, you would have reacted like this. She's my sister. She's not perfect, but she's trying. And I think that counts for something.
I mean, does it? Does it if it comes at our expense? Colton, you're risking everything that we've worked for, like our money, our trust, everything that's happened beforehand. I mean, for someone who's burned us, that's not fair to me.
I realize that. Joni, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have told you. You obviously know that I would never hurt you, and I never want to hide anything from you. I just, I couldn't turn my back on her.
I know, you're such a good man. I just can't keep pretending that she hasn't turned her back on us,
I mean, if you weigh it, though, wouldn't you rather have a sister that's having some problems than your man cheating on you?
Oh, yeah.
So
100%.
you can work through that.
And you can understand it's like his sister, so he
If there's anybody
understand the pull to help her.
And I can also understand him not wanting to say anything, because especially if you've been betrayed by your sister 10 times. Because I heard drug addiction or whatever it is that she's doing is just the worst.
Yeah.
It tears families apart, and this is one of them.
But, I mean, just the way you guys are communicating seems like you guys have a pretty solid foundation. So,
I've been through it. My sister was in rehab.
John, no, she wasn't.
I was just trying to connect.
It seems like you guys are good for it, though. Hopefully you guys can, talk it out and figure it out. And I hope your sister gets the help that she
Thank you. She's trying.
Yeah.
Not you.
I was talking to Colton.
Not you. You're fine. Everyone around you is just saying, you're the problem.
You're the one that needs treatment, John.
All right, you guys.
Good luck.
Thank you for jumping on there with us.
Okay, thank you.
That's War of the Roses with Johnjay and Rich. Christmas wish.
What it is though, what's up? Every black boy needs a little love. If you put it down, I'ma pick it up.
Johnjay and Rich. Sarah sent me a DM. She says something flew by all our ears. We let something go. We let something slide. Shame on us. And I was like, you got to come on the air and explain it. Sarah, I was just talking about your DM. What is it? You're a little disappointed in us, right?
I am. I'm so disappointed.
Because?
Well, Kyle Unfug said something yesterday that the second I heard it, I was like, whoa, Kyle. And you guys it just went right over your head.
What did I say?
You were talking about your facial with the laser treatment, and you said that it penetrated you so deep.
Oh, Sarah, I die right now because literally I was talking to my husband about this, not knowing if we were going to talk about it on the air or not the day before, but I was like, this like it just penetrated like so, like it felt like it touched my soul, and like he kind of looked at me and I'm like, what's a better way of saying that? I don't know a better way of saying that. I don't know a better way of saying that.
That's the
That's how it
word.
came out. That's the word. It's like only pervs like you, Sarah, take it that way.
I know.
I thought you say you're like, oh, it just penetrated me so deep, so it's my soul, and he's all, oh man,
That penetrated you.
Really? Well, you know what's funny? I was going to say, if this DM came from a guy, I would have been like, thumbs up, thanks, right, and moved on. But because it's Sarah, this is what she said. She was listening to yesterday's podcast. Kyle gave you prime audio. So anyway, I asked Noah to pull it to hear it, to see if it sounds, because I got to tell you some behind the scenes with Noah. So here's the audio that she's talking about. Did it hurt?
The penetration was like far in there. And I was like, wow, this is intense. It just felt incredibly hot. Like really hot. It was like, whoa. But then it was over like that.
Oh, there you go. Again, her husband.
Wow.
She was in there for. She was in there an hour. She calls that like that. Anyway, so I asked Noah. I go, Noah, hey, did it sound that dirty? He goes, no, I don't know, kind of, but it actually does.
Yeah, it does.
But here's but here's what Noah did. He goes, I slowed it down and turned into a drunk Kyle.
Oh God,
that's pretty damn good. So let's hear.
It's been a while since we've had drunk Kyle.
Here's drunk Kyle. Did it hurt?
The penetration was like far in there. And I was like, wow, this is intense. It just felt incredibly hot. like really hot. And it was like, whoa. But then it was over like that.
It's a laser.
Oh, Sarah, it was prime audio.
Yeah, you called it.
Way to go, Sarah. Thank you. You're the best, Sarah.
She said this on me, It's like, that's what she said.
Yes.
You are awesome. Thank you for listening, Sarah. Thanks for the DM.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Red wine.
Johnjay and Rich, I had this song that we just played right now on my mind since yesterday, and it's because can you play the beginning of it real quick? Let me see. Red dye. Oh, red dye. That was on my mind the whole time because of this song yesterday. And that we're playing it today, I feel like we purposely put it in there because it's so topical. But she doesn't say red dye.
No, she does not.
Because red, what is it? Red number 4? Red number 5?
Number 3.
Number 3 is gone. Is there a red number 3? Is there a number 2? Is there 1?
There's a red 40.
Red 40. Anyway. This is a pretty cool clip. It's I guess it's the first recorded audio of a meteorite hitting the ground.
Well, that sounds cool.
Because what happened was a Ring camera caught it. and it is happening in Canada, and this meteorite just nails the ground so hard. It's not that like, oh my God, it's amazing. Like what do you think it sounds like, Rich?
I think it would sound like a little explosion.
Okay, what do you think it sounds like, Payton?
I would think that it would sound like, like an explosion, like if a bag of bricks hit the floor.
How would that sound?
Like,
no, do it with your mouth.
wah! I don't know. Wah! Like that.
Wow.
That's what I think it would sound like.
Kyle, what do you think it would sound like?
Like a massive explosion, like
That's what I thought.
yeah, like rocks flying everywhere.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't think I'd ever in a million years thought they would sound like, wah! But this,
Like a woof, like, woof.
this is it. This is exactly the sound of a meteorite hitting the ground. That's it.
That kind of sounded like mine.
More
Was
like
it really
wah.
far away
Kinda
or close
dainty.
up?
Oh, it's right by the video is cool too.
It sounded like
Sounds
someone
like
cutting down a
glass.
tree or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
No,
a glass break.
That's what it is. So these space movies are full of it.
Yeah, it sounded like a windshield just
Yeah.
kind of cracking a little bit.
All right, we're going to get to some entertainment news. We're going to get a little Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Kelly Osbourne's upset about a couple things, right? Kylie Jenner thinks so-and-so's the one. Who? We'll tell you coming up next. Johnjay and Rich.
Missed a part of the show this morning? No worries. It's all there on iHeartRadio.
Love Pup posted a dog named Evie, and she's a beautiful, I don't know, mix of something. White dog, looks like she's got husky and, I don't know. She's just beautiful. She's a beautiful dog. And the people that adopted her from us in 2019 and gave her back because they're having a baby. I know. It's so sad. So if you want a perfect dog, go to Love Pup Foundation on Instagram and shoot us a DM. Okay, let's get to some entertainment news. What's the latest with Travis Kelce?
So he was asked in an interview just yesterday if, Taylor Swift, kind of done with her Eras tour, maybe wanting to start the next chapter of their lives together. Is she at all pressuring him to retire from the NFL so they can focus on a quieter life together? And he answered it pretty directly.
She's fully encouraging me to enjoy playing this game, and she loves coming to Arrowhead and coming to the games and cheering for me. So I got all the support in the world to keep chasing these dreams. That's the beauty of being in a very strong relationship, is that you get that support to be able to come in and focus on your craft, focus on being the best version of you. I don't have to worry about things off the field. I wanted to be at the concert supporting her and being there for her, making sure she feels comfortable and supported in everything she's doing in life.
I feel like, what did they think he was going to say? Like, yeah, no, she said, I can't play football anymore and follow her around. Like, no, like, well, of course.
I
That's
was
what she's gonna
impressed that
say.
he actually answered the question, because he is actually opened up about how he has to be more of a secret keeper now that he's with Taylor Swift. And he just said no, you know what I mean? And he gave us some dish on their relationship too, because he's indicating how strong they are together and how supportive they are of each other.
Good.
So I thought that was a pretty good answer.
I think he's trying to convince us that contract wasn't real.
Yeah, I know.
It got me. I'm like, okay, maybe
They
they
just
are.
changed the date, maybe.
I don't know where I saw this, but I saw that she's maybe going to announce that she's going to do more of her tour.
Yeah. There's a consideration that she's going to take her Eras tour out on the road again, possibly to China.
Because of TikTok? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Maybe because she's just like, hey, it worked here and fans want it there. Maybe take it away. Who knows?
Peyton, you're all excited about Keke Palmer?
Yeah, I'm really excited about Keke Palmer because Keke Palmer and SZA are starring in this movie called One of Them Days, and it comes out next Friday.
It looks funny.
It looks hilarious and rich. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 100%. So I am pumped to go see this movie.
I saw the preview. I meant to ask you about it. I'm like, because every scene to me looks really funny.
Yeah, that's what they said. They were like, every scene is laugh out loud funny, and it's basically going to be like a mix of Girls Trip and
Little barbershop
Friday
in there?
After Next.
Yeah, a little Friday in there?
Yeah, like that's basically
Friday.
what they're comparing.
Friday
After
After
next.
All right.
Did you see Keke Palmer and then her friend talking about selling her feet?
No.
Pictures
No.
of her feet.
I do have big feet, about a size 10, and my height doesn't even make sense of it, because I'm only 5'5". But baby, these feet can whoop, 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 they can dance, they can do, I can hit you with the crisscross, the feet can go to work.
I'm still on your feet, and somebody out there would love that.
You know what I'm saying? If I just drop, cover the foot, think.
Why can't you do it just anonymously?
I could, but then how do I get the traffic to my OnlyFans?
Right.
You gotta be like, these feet are crazy,
I have no idea whose feet these are, but you must see them immediately.
I'm supposed to. Just give me a cut.
Yeah, so if you start seeing Issa Rae post mystery feet pictures, it's probably Keke Palmer.
That's hilarious because Issa Rae is directing, I think, as a part of, or producing a part of this movie. So I'm really excited because
So
it's going to be
funny.
hilarious.
I think right now a lot of celebrities are starting to post pictures of their feet. I saw that Kate Beckinsale did yesterday. What's the girl that's in Elsa? What's her name?
Adina
Elsa?
Menzel?
No. The other one.
Kristen Bell?
Kristen Bell. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I'm like, you said Elsa. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
she's
Anna.
So what did Kylie Jenner say about her boyfriend?
Timothy Chalamet. They've been dating now for a couple years, and apparently she's told friends that she feels like he may be the one. She's like never felt this way about any of her other men before, and things are getting really serious between the two. And I'm like, okay, I can see. I kind of
love
like them
that.
together.
I think they look really cute
Yeah.
together, and like, there's just something about Timothy Chalamet. Like, he's got that riz. Like, I'm a fan of him. More pictures I see of him, I'm like, I get it, Kylie. But of course she's gonna love him. He's a movie star. She dropped the rappers, and now she's going for the movie star. Duh.
Totally different type of personality.
Totally different type of vibe. Like, come on now.
How about Kelly Osbourne and these fires in Los Angeles?
Wow. So, I mean, we've seen a lot of celebrities out there helping, and she's questioning where it's coming from some of them. And I kind of feel like she may be targeting Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who went and like served food and like snapped a bunch of pictures. A couple of other celebrities, like the news stations have just noticed them out and like bombarded them, but like haven't really been out promoting that they've been helping. So that's who I think she's targeting when she said this.
Is it just me being my normal overthinking, cynical self? Or is it really disturbing to see all of these celebrities using other people's pain and suffering as a photo op? To say, look, I'm helping, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No one asked you to come out and give hugs. Go home.
Okay, Kelly. Johnjay and Rich. Susie, you have a surgery souvenir.
Yes, I do. How are you guys?
And I hope it's a humdinger because we've got some pretty good ones so far.
Okay. Well, my dad was helping my brother build some shelves at his job. And my dad, I don't know if this counts as a surgery souvenir, but my dad was cutting the shelves, and all of a sudden he yells at my brother, "Hey, I cut my finger." So my brother comes with a Band-Aid thinking it's just a little nick or something. And when he walks in, and my dad's finger's on the floor. So they start freaking out. They take him to surgery to see if they could attach it. They couldn't attach it, unfortunately. But my brothers came up with the bright idea of keeping it, and they're going to bronze it so that my dad could use it as a thinking pose.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So you can use it as a what?
You know, like when you put your finger on your chin, and you're thinking. And they were fighting among each other. They were fighting. My two brothers were like, "No, I'm going to keep it." And then my other brother's like, "No, he chopped it off at my job. I'm going to keep it."
By the way, that is 100% a surgery souvenir.
Yeah.
Like that is exactly what it is. That's probably the most official one
It's a
because it's
self-surgery
bronze.
Yes.
It's bronze. It's like, and you're like a James
And
Bond
it's still
villain.
in the freezer.
Bronze
It's still in the
finger.
freezer?
Yes.
So nobody's laid claim to it. It's just like a family freezer thing.
Well, it's in my brother's house, the one that got to keep it. But he's like, I'm looking where they're going to bronze it. Because he's definitely going to bronze it. Like, you know when you bronze your shoes when you're a baby? That's what he's going to do.
And it's a whole finger, or is it just the tip?
And no, it's like the half of the finger. He just had like the knuckle down.
Oh man!
Wow.
Can you send us pictures?
Yes.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. You guys
Send us a
have
picture.
great day.
Hey, bye bye.
I will. Bye.
Yeah, I said what I said. It'll take a whole lot for me to settle.
It's Johnjay and Rich. The surgery souvenir segment really took off. Brooke, you have a surgery souvenir?
Yes, I do.
What do you got?
Okay, so I have my husband's kidney. I had a kidney transplant, and he was actually a match to be the donor, and so obviously I don't have it like in a jar or anything. It's in me. I have his kidney.
Aww.
That's cute.
Hey, isn't that kind of rare that your sweetie would be your match?
Yeah, it is pretty rare, actually. All of the doctors at the hospital were so shocked that he was a match, and I was too. I mean, how weird is that? Just some random person that you meet one day becomes your husband and then saves your life.
Right.
You know what's weird about that is like if that happened to my wife and she said she needed a kidney, I'd be like, of course, because I would gamble on the fact that I'm not a match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course you can have it. Of course it's for you. Oh, I'm not a match. But I bet when the doctor said it's a match, he's like, excuse me? Doctor, can I talk to you over here for a second?
I'm going to need a second opinion.
No, I bet you he loved to be able to help her out.
That's love right there.
Yeah, he was a very good sport about all of it.
I'm not going to lie. I was hoping you had it in a jar on a shelf somewhere.
Look, I wish they would have taken the old ones out and given them to me, but they don't. They just leave them and then add the new one in.
Brooke, thanks for listening and glad you're healthy.
Yes, thank you so much.
Nicole, hello.
Hi.
You have a surgery souvenir?
Yeah, well, it's my mom. In 2001, around Thanksgiving, she had an aneurysm, and she went to the hospital. She had surgery, recovered, went home. About a month later, she got a package in the mail, and when they opened it up, it was a baggie of her hair.
Oh. That they had cut off from the surgery?
Yeah.
Weird to just send it back to you a month later. Like, here you go.
Sounds like a ransom.
I know.
Yeah, really.
So odd. Okay.
Nicole, you want to hear something? Let me tell you something really quick. So you texted us, right?
Yes.
So I always say, shoot us a text. Text JJR and whatever's on your mind to 96893. And there were 2 calls on hold. There was Nicole right now and the call we took before Nicole. And I thought, as a good radio host, take the first call, and then I was going to read the text. I was going to go, oh, we got a text, 719 number. My mom had an aneurysm 2001. A month after her surgery, we received a package in the mail from the hospital. It was a baggie of the hair they shaved off. And we'd all go, oh, God, crazy. And then go, Nicole, good morning. What's up? You're on the air. And that's Nicole's story. That's Nicole's story, which would have backfired as far as professional radio host, right?
It's a good thing we keep it. We keep it rookie.
So whoever's on the text exchange right now is on fire booking these guests. Way to go, Nicole. But then again, it says Nicole in New Hampshire. Are you New Hampshire?
I'm in New Hampshire now, yes, but I started listening to you guys in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right on. Well, thanks for keeping it up.
You ever seen the movie Hotel New Hampshire with Rob Lowe and Jodie Foster?
Nope.
It's a real movie.
What's it about?
The Hotel in New Hampshire. It's about a family that owns a hotel in New Hampshire. It's a terrible movie. Anyway, Nicole, have a great day. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
My baby born a Birkin.
Johnjay and Rich. Desiree, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I'm good, thank you.
You are our contestant. We are playing Smartest in the Room.
I'm the smartest in the room.
All right, Desiree.
I'm the smartest in the room.
Here's how this works. I ask questions, you answer them. You got 30 seconds to get as many right as you possibly can. You'll get a chance to hear Johnjay, Kyle, and Payton go before you come in and whip them all into a frenzy by getting them all right. So 30 seconds, Johnjay, for you starts as soon as I ask the first question. Johnjay, what is the only planet that rotates clockwise on its axis?
Earth.
This TV show on Netflix is about Utah territory in 1857. It is in the top 5.
American something. American primeval something.
Flamboyance is what you call a group of what kind of bird?
Gays.
What freezes faster, hot or cold water?
Oh, cold.
What's the most common last name in the United States?
Smith.
If you work with MI6, what movie could you be in?
Mission Impossible.
About how many minutes are there in a full week?
5,700.
What giant...
I said good day.
I'll give you a chance for this one. What giant software company is based in Redmond, Washington?
Microsoft.
Okay, so the only planet that rotates clockwise on its axis is Venus. A flamboyance is what you call a group of what kind of bird? You said gay. The answer is the answer is flamingo. Flamingo. Hot water freezes faster than cold water. You got the rest of them right, except for how many minutes are there in a full week? About 10,800. Oh. You did pretty good there, Kyle. We're over to you. 30 seconds on the clock. Kyle, 007 is the code name for what famous movie, Spy?
Goldeneye. The guy. The golden guy. Skip.
Okay. What 2 words were combined to create the word spam?
Spare parts of a ham.
Acrophobia is the fear of what?
Agoraphobia? Trees. You're scared of trees.
What TV company has a main character named Sheldon Cooper?
Big Bang Theory.
What top Netflix show does Kat find herself looking for a fiance who disappeared 11 years ago? What river flows through the Grand Canyon?
Colorado.
What is the only body part that is fully grown at birth?
I said good day.
Your nose. Just kidding. I don't know. None of them.
That is the eyes. The eyes are full. That's same size that they will all be at the time
That's
of birth.
kind of creepy to think about.
That's why babies are so cute, though, because they're
Tiny
all
baby
big.
with the giant eyeballs. Okay, 007 is a code name for who, John Jay?
James Bond.
Right. 2 words that were combined to create the word spam.
I liked Kyle's answer.
You said spare ham parts? Close. Spiced ham is what we were looking for. Acrophobia is the fear of heights. The fear of heights. And the only body part, we already covered that one. That is the eyes. Okay, Peyton. Ready to rock and roll? You're going to do so good.
I'm nervous.
I'm so excited for you.
Okay.
Okay, 30 seconds begins once I ask the first question. Peyton, name the Netflix doc that goes behind the scenes of shocking talk shows.
Maury? The Maury documentary?
What artist at this time has the most overall streams on Spotify and iHeartRadio?
Oh, The Weeknd.
In what country was Elon Musk born?
The United States of America.
What luxury brand is known for its interlocking logo?
Gucci.
Interlocking C logo.
Oh, Chanel.
APT is a chart-topping hit by Bruno Mars and this artist.
Lady Gaga.
Who will the Detroit Lions play in this weekend's NFL playoff game?
No, the Cowboys.
Okay. Here we go.
I think I got a whopping 0.
No, you actually got Chanel right. All right, the Netflix doc that goes behind the scenes. You said Maury. You get Maury and Jerry Springer confused.
Dang it!
It was Jerry Springer.
I know. I do get them confused. Darn it.
The most overall streams on Spotify and iHeartRadio is actually Drake. In what country was Elon Musk born? South Africa. APT is the chart-topping hit by Bruno Mars and Rosé, don't you want me like I want you, baby?
Okay.
And Lions are playing the Washington Commanders.
Look at that. 1 point.
So, I mean,
I'm on the board.
You are on the board. That is, I told you we were going to do
much
so
better.
good. You got a point. Good job. All right, over to you. Let's go, Desiree. Are you ready?
Yes, very nervous.
Don't be nervous. What TV show about zombies features Rick Grimes?
Walking Dead.
What is the least common M&M color?
Brown.
In what town does SpongeBob live?
Under the Sea.
Who is the musical artist performing this year during halftime at the Super Bowl?
Beyonce.
Name the incoming vice president of these United States.
Oh, pass.
What food dye just got banned in the U.S. yesterday?
TikTok.
Good day.
Well, you got some competition.
That's funny when you said vice president. I was like, J.D. Harris.
It's tough. It's tough. All right. SpongeBob lives in Bikini Bottom. The musical artist performing it this year during halftime at the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar. The incoming vice president, J.D. Vance. And the food dye that just got banned in the USA is red dye, number 3. We go over to Grant now to get our totals to see who won today's Smartest in the Room.
Oh, my goodness. What a hot game today. But we have one very, very clear champion. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the champion, smartest in the room, Johnjay Van Ness.
No way.
I'm the smartest in the room.
Thank you. My love of bird watching. But you could have the what were the thing where you
Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah, Valerie can have that.
Yay!
Or Desiree. Desiree, you can have that.
Valerie calls in. She can have it too, I guess.
No, I was thinking there's a lot of people on hold right now. I saw Valerie
Sorry,
saying that.
Desiree, you
Sorry.
lost, but Valerie can have
Valerie
it.
can.
Do you happen to know somebody named
Hey,
Valerie?
this is one of those few times on our show where every line is on hold. Someone's got something to say. So Desiree, hold on. We're going to set you up, okay? Swedish House Mafia. Swedish House Mafia. They're going to be the Bird's Nest. And we all picked the day. I got us all tickets. We're all going to go.
Yeah. Schwanding.
Yeah, that doesn't start till February, huh? That waste management open.
It's going to be here before we know it. It's
First
only a few
week of
weeks
February.
away.
Mm-hmm. Kyle's coming. 3 things you need to know.
We finally have a glance at the next phase in gaming. I'll explain next with Johnjay and Rich.
Good morning. Wake up every morning. Start your day with Johnjay and Rich.
I wake up with my favorite artist.
Hey, this is Sabrina Carpenter.
What's up, guys? This is Post Malone.
It's Benson Boone, and you're waking up with Johnjay and Rich.
With our Love Pup Foundation, we when we have room in the shelter, my wife and Tara, who's our shelter manager, will sometimes go to the Maricopa County Animal Control where they put animals down because they're full, and they will pull dogs because we have room. And yesterday, Tara sent us I said, hey, I'm going to go pull this dog. It's okay. And I looked at this dog, the picture of this dog, and I was like, absolutely, got to get this dog. And this looks like one of those dogs. Do you ever see those videos where they find like a starving dog and they rehab it back to health.
Yeah.
This looks like this could be one of those dogs. I mean, it looks like it's in bad shape. It looks so sad. And it looks like it's so beautiful. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to post it. I'll post that dog, and hopefully I asked Tara to grab Rachel and to do video to follow the dog story, because it's a beautiful. This could be a great story. I'll post the picture that they sent me yesterday of the dog. It's in the shelter. It's cold, and it's going to be put down. That's this part that's sad. Yeah, so I'll post it on mine, John J. Van Ness on Instagram. Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
After months of speculation, Nintendo finally has given us a new look at the Switch 2. The console, as rumored, will be backwards compatible, so all your old Switch games will work on the new Switch, but then they'll also have exclusive new Switch 2 games. Switch 2 will have a bigger screen, a new dock, bigger, better Joy-Cons, and lots of fun for everyone. Something kind of annoying about the announcement, they did not give a release date on when the Switch 2 will actually be available for purchase.
Grant has something you should need to know.
I've been waiting for this for years. Tomorrow's my birthday. They make an announcement today. Greatest day of my life. Guys, it's going to be sick. The controllers are magnetic. Dude, it's literally the coolest thing. And the backwards compatibility. I can play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Kart 9 Deluxe day it drops.
Let's go.
I will be here for the next year and a half, guys.
Tomorrow's your birthday. Did you smoke all the weed I got you for Secret Santa?
Yeah, brother, that's been gone for a little bit. I rolled mini joints from that single bottle.
Because it was a Secret Santa / birthday gift.
It was fabulous. It's the gift that keeps on giving, John Jay.
Was it good weed?
It was great weed.
Really?
Incredible.
Oh, wow.
I blended it with like 5 other weeds and then rolled 27 joints.
All right.
Oh my gosh. So after tweeting about his interest in buying TikTok before it gets banned, Mr. Beast has since then kind of taken it up a notch. He's not just saying it. He's actually gone out and spoken to multiple billionaires also interested in getting involved. Now, he could probably afford to buy it on his own. His net worth $500 million. Maybe not. Maybe they sell it for $1 billion or something like that. But he's got friends, and they are talking about potentially buying it. Now, TikTok's estimated value right now, $300 billion. Dang. So he's going to have to get a lot of those billionaire friends involved. And up until right now, because the ban isn't official yet, TikTok has said they're not interested in getting a U.S. buyer, but they might change their tune if the ban actually happens. We'll have to wait and see, but Mr. Beast as an owner would be pretty darn cool.
But if you're Mr. Beast and you put down $500 million or whatever you put down, what are the monthly payments on $300 billion?
I know.
Like, how does that work?
Or, I mean, because that's a lot of $300 billion. That's a lot of other billionaires involved.
It's a lot of stress. That's so much stress.
I know, but that just tells you how much revenue TikTok actually makes.
Well, because remember, Elon bought Twitter for like $42 billion,
which is ridiculous,
and is already made it back, and is already back to being the richest man in the world. Like he almost doubles Jeff Bezos. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's wild. It's really crazy. It's going to be very interesting to see what actually happens with TikTok, but we don't know yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Shake Shack made a big announcement. Watch out, McDonald's. They're coming for you. Kind of. McDonald's is still obviously going to be a lot bigger, over 13,000 stores nationwide, but Shake Shack announced their plans to open 1,500 more locations over the next year. They've got about 329 locations right now, but they're like, we're coming bigger and better. We're popping up all over the place.
I thought they just laid off a bunch of people at Shake Shack last year.
They're going
Guess
big.
not.
1,500 more locations means lots more jobs, too.
Shake Shack doesn't touch McDonald's anywhere in any quality of food. And
Shake
their
Shack's
shakes,
pretty delicious, though.
Their shakes, considering their names in the shake, do not touch McDonald's shake.
Oh, I disagree.
Oh, man.
I think Shake
disagree.
Shakes are better.
Good. In person, it's the best.
Can you ever get shakes at McDonald's? Their ice cream shakes.
They're the best shakes ever at McDonald's.
That is true. It is always broken.
There is a little bit of a price difference there, too, but McDonald's is getting a little pricey, too. But we love them all, and that's 3 things you need to know.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, It'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include a lot more people than ourselves. Loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, we help plan your financial picture with the bigger picture in mind. Because even though our business is helping guide your finances, our ambition is to make it mean so much more. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationLottery.com.